Hey, it's Leona. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're well and good. Today we are going to be making a gift box. Really simple, really easy, fantastic for beginners. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you very much. Please do make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. That would be much appreciated. I am going to be having a look over here for the chat. So whenever people come in the room, I'll be looking at the chat, talking to people. So that's what I'm doing when I'm looking over there. We've got this lovely camera I'm going to be chatting into here. And we've also got the overhead one, which is really great. So you can see what I am doing overhead, which is fantastic. We've got it all happening. It's all happening right here, right now. So welcome. So to get the best experience here on this live stream, the best thing you can do is sign into your Google account or YouTube account, come in, subscribe to the channel, and then come chat with me, because it makes live streams so much fun when you're here, when you're logged in and I'm talking to you live. That's the whole shebang. But equally, if for some reason you can't do that and you're just watching along with me, welcome. It's so lovely to hear you, having you here in the room. And make sure actually, if you go to anything like my Facebook, my Twitter or my Instagram at Artist Resource, if you know you're going to come in but you're not going to come into the chat, just let me know and I'll give you a shout out. All right, so do that'd be fantastic. All right, so we've got everything working, it's all on. Come say hi to me. I'm going to show you what we're making. So we're making a gift box, and I've got like a bunch of examples here. Now, these are just to give you a load of ideas off the bat, like right from the start. I'm going to be able to show you all the ideas for decorating your box. Now, we are going to make a box from scratch and we're going to decorate it all in 2 hours. Amazing. So you can decorate yours with whatever you've got in your home, whether it's a magazine, a newspaper, some pretty wrapping paper, some decoupage papers. So you can even use things like serviettes. There's so many different things you can use, tissue papers, loads of different things. Like this one, for example, which I absolutely love, is decorated with wrapping paper. It's really lovely, and what I love about it is that it's all consistent all the way through. So you've got like on the top, on the sides and on the bottom, like everywhere, in this gorgeous white wrapping paper with all the flowers on. So pretty, isn't it? And then it's got like this foam sheet. Let's call it foam sheet, where the text has just been drawn on to the foam and then cut out and stuck on, which looks really gorgeous. Alan, hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in the chat. How are you? I hope you're well. So, and then we've got some like little gems like going all the way around the side, which is super cute. Let's show you some more examples. This one I made, I think it was a couple of years ago, something like that. We've got a really gorgeous, used it actually from a map, so from an atlas. I don't know if you saw my collage project a couple of weeks ago, but I was using an atlas for that, and I used it for this as well, which is really great. So that I used that atlas to decorate the top, and I got some gems. And then inside, I don't know if you can quite see that, but inside there's actually some felt. So if you've got any fabric, it's really good for this project. You can actually decorate your box with fabric. And if you want to put some like inside as well, it's really nice, gives it a nice extra finish. Good, thanks. And yourself? Doing really good, thank you. Hello, Anna. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. So I'm just showing some examples of how you can decorate your box. Here's another one with kind of like a snake skin sort of imitation paper, and there's some like orange strips going around there. We've got a little gemstone in the middle, which is super cute. So has this one got anything inside? I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of felt in there as well. So this is just to give you an idea that you can use anything. You can use wrapping paper to decorate, you can use decorative papers, you can use newspapers, and this is another one using wrapping paper. This is wrapping paper. It's Evan on my sister's YouTube. Hi Evan, how are you? Welcome. Hello Jean, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yay, Alan with all the hearts. Thank you, Alan. So I'm just showing a bunch of examples before we get started. Then I'm going to show you the materials you'll need, and then we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. So this is one using wrapping paper. We've got some more gemstones. So basically just like have a look at what you've got in your home, what you might want to decorate your little box with. I've actually even got here, I've got some tapes. Now these are kind of a really nice way to like decorate your box super fast. Like if you're in a rush, you could like get some of these tapes, which are really cute. I really love these. These are so lovely. I've also got some like pom-poms. I don't know if I'm going to be using them. I just brought them to show you. We've got some little pom-poms here. Oh, here's my gems. I'm probably going to use gems because, you know, I want to. I love the gems. So there's some ideas for your boxes, all right? The actual box that we are going to create is a little bit bigger. So if you can see with my examples here, excuse me, can you see that they're like a little bit smaller? So this is the size you're going to make, and this is 8 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and it's really cute. Hey, it's just got like a nice little box there and a nice lid, which is really lovely. And I thought this is the perfect time to give gifts, isn't it? Like if there's someone local to you that you could like drop off a little gift for in this time, in this challenging time we're living in right now, what a beautiful thing. And it's really, really easy to make a little gift box. I'm going to show you how to make this small one, but obviously you can make any one as big as you like. You can make it smaller than this if you like. But it's just a really nice little handy thing. I mean, you can put some seeds in there, give someone some seeds as a little gift. That's a really nice thing. I don't know, let me know in the chat what you think you could put in your little box and who you're going to give it to, if you've got any ideas on who you might give it to. Or you can just keep it yourself, right? You could just keep it yourself. So let me get all these out of the way. I'm going to give you a quick run through of what you're going to need. So for this project, you will need an A4 piece of card. Now this is just a little bit thicker than paper. That's all. Just a little bit thicker than paper, right? That's all. You could use like kind of some packaging for this, but you can't really use like a brown box cardboard for this. Definitely not like anything like really thick. It's got to be quite thin. Hey Zach, how you doing? Looks great. Awesome. Yay. So yeah, an A4, this is like 29 centimeters by 21 centimeters. Doesn't actually have to be this big. You can have it a little bit smaller, but just for the safe side, let's have an A4 piece of card. Celeste, hi, welcome. How you doing? Thank you for joining. How's it going? Let me know how your day's been. So you're going to need an A4 sheet of card. You are going to need a pencil. You're going to need a ruler. Now I'm going to work in centimeters. If you're not in the UK and you want to work in inches, you can do that. But obviously your box is going to be a lot bigger. So you might want to convert it before you start. But I'm going to work in centimeters. Then you're going to need an eraser. Always have an eraser handy. You're definitely going to need it for this. You've got a sharpener. Make sure you've got a sharpener. You never know when you're going to need to sharpen your pencil. You're going to need some scissors. Yeah, and his other half. Yes, he's in the room. He's in the room. You're going to need some scissors. You are going to need a glue stick. Any glue will do for this, really. You could use Yoo-Hoo. You could use PVA. It's all going to work. And just a note on glue, if you're going to use something to decorate your box that is a bit heavier than like a gemstone, so gemstones are quite light. If you're going to use something heavier, like if you've got a piece of costume jewelry or maybe some kind of decorative object you want to put on your box, you might need something a bit stronger than just a normal glue stick. All right. What else are you going to need? Talking about things to decorate your box with, you're going to need those kind of things. So anything that I just mentioned, coloured paper, wrapping paper, newspaper. Let me know in the comments what you've got. Let me know what you've got to hand. Celeste, our day's been fine. What about you? It's been really good, thank you. Really nice. It's sunny here in the UK, right? We're so blessed to have the sunshine. Looks great. Oh, you're awesome. And you can have magazines as well. Like, I've got like a selection of things. So I've got my little bits in here. So I've got my little kind of selection. Still got my little marbling bits from the very first live stream, like 5 weeks ago. Got my little bits of that. I've got just little bits of cards and paper to choose from. But you can also use magazines. So if you've got any kind of old magazines, I would grab those now, because you can just get a whole load of stuff. Oh, I've just seen this lovely sunflower. I've actually pulled out like a bunch of stuff from different magazines that I might choose from later. I have mosaics and pom-poms. Yes, fantastic. Oh, we love a pom-pom, right? Make sure you've got a glue that's stronger than this for pom-poms, right? Yeah, so I've just got a bunch of stuff that I've got from magazines ready to choose from later. And optional, final thing, optional is a piece of felt. Reminds me of spaceships I made as a kid. Newspapers is a good idea. Help reflect the world events. Yes, you can make a little box that's about what's going on right now. Exactly, that's really cool. I love that. Yeah, you could do like a gardening theme one and put seeds in. You could do like something for someone special and think about what they like and decorate the box in the way they would like, not what you would like, right? Lots of different ideas. Final thing before we get started is a little piece of felt. Now I have, shout out to my mum. Hi mum. Shout out to my mum. My mum actually gave me quite a few of these pieces of felt. I think the red and the orange and the yellow one she gave to me. And I've got some greens here. So if you want to make your box extra special, if you put a little bit of felt in the bottom, that's super nice, because it just makes it like an extra, like, kind of lovely, right? I've got stickers. Fantastic, Celeste. Yes, stickers is great. Star stickers, heart stickers, any stickers you got. Let's do it. All right, so I think we're ready to get started. So let's get our ruler and our pencil and our A4 piece of card. And let's begin. Are we ready? Are we ready to go for it? I'm going to change over to my other camera so you can see in here. Let me just make sure that it's going over and across. And then I shall begin. Yes, awesome. So I'm just having a look over here just to make sure that you can see everything. Yes, you can. Let me know at any point if you can't see anything. So, okay, so we're going to do some measuring. Hi, Joy. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, we are. Good evening. Good evening to you. How are you? How's your day been? So we're going to start with the ruler. Now, I want you to make sure that you're going to, with every pencil marker that you do, I'd love you to press lightly. Okay? It's an A4 sheet of paper. We're going to make little tiny boxes. They're very small, right? So you only need an A4. In actual fact, you need just a little bit less than an A4. Ava Ramira here. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'll tell you what, I'll put all my examples here just while I'm saying that one little thing. Thanks. So that is my pleasure. You ask me questions whenever you like. That's what I'm here for. So here's a load of examples. My box is going to be, or our box is going to be a little bit bigger than these ones, right? So make sure that the pencil marks that you are making are very light, okay? I'm going to press very hard because I want you guys to see what I'm doing, right? So you press lightly, I'm going to press hard, and yeah, it just means you can erase really easy if you press lightly. All right, I might just give my pencil a quick sharpen as well. Okay, so rulers at the ready, everybody. Rulers at the ready. So what we're going to do first of all is a bunch of measuring. So let's go through this nice and slowly and carefully, right? So what we're going to do is our box is going to be 8 by 7 centimeters, and the sides here are 2.5 centimeters, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to start from the bottom corner. So make sure that your A4 piece of card is horizontal to you, not vertical. Not vertical like that. Let's make sure it's horizontal. And then what I want you to do is start from the bottom corner, because we're going to use these two sides of the card to help us get a straight edge. So we don't have to worry about those two straight edges, right? So we're going to start in the bottom left-hand corner. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure 2.5 centimeters out from the corner, right? So we've got, I'm putting the edge of my ruler to the very, very bottom corner, and I'm going to mark off 2.5 centimeters, right? 2.5 centimeters. Then I'm just going to go across here and tell you what I'm doing, and then I'll repeat it, okay? So I'm going to mark 2.5 centimeters. Then I'm going to bring it over to where I marked 2.5 centimeters, and I'm going to mark 8 centimeters, right? So I've got 2.5 going across here, then I've got 8, and then I'm going to do another 2.5. All right? So I'm just making marks. I'm going to press as hard as I possibly can so you can see them. I'll tell you what I might do. I might just bring it up a little bit closer so you can see. So I've gone 2.5. That is 8 centimeters there. And then I've gone 2.5 again. All right? So 2.5, 8, 2.5. Right? Which adds up to 13. Okay? So it should be 13 the whole length across. All right? Then what I'm going to do is I am going to do a similar thing on the other side. I am going to mark going vertically up the page. I'm going to mark 2.5. Right? So I've got 2.5 centimeters up from the corner, the bottom left-hand corner. Then I'm going to do 7 centimeters. So from the 2.5, I'm going to do 7. So that chunk is 7 centimeters. And then I'm going to do 2.5 again. So it goes 2.5, 7, 2.5. All right. So I'm just going to hold it up a bit closer to help. So we've got 2.5. Then this chunk is 7 centimeters, and then we got 2.5. So that just basically, so you get a rectangle. You could make a square box, and you could do 2.5, 8, 2.5, 2.5, 8, 2.5, and you get a square. But I thought it'd be nice making a rectangle, right? All right, so we got all those little marks happening. So 2.5 at the bottom, 2.5, 8, 2.5. And on the side, we've got 2.5, 7, 2.5. Drop me a little smiley face in the chat so I know that we're all good. And I shall carry on going from there. So someone drop me a little smiley and I know we're good. First little bit of measuring coming up, coming your way. All right, so what we're going to do, thank you, Zach. I am a bit lost. Okay, so we've got 2.5. Remember, this is an adult's project, by the way. I'm not sure how old you are, Celeste, so let me know. Oh, okay, Jean's good, awesome. So we've got on the horizontal here, we've got 2.5 centimeters, then we got 8, then we got 2.5. And then on the vertical, we've got 2.5 centimeters, then 7. So this one here, this distance is 7 centimeters, and then 2.5 again. All right. Lots of measuring today. Lots of measuring until we get to like the fun, stick it all on and decorate bit. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our ruler again, and we are going to measure out from this side. This way, 2.5 centimeters, because we need to get a nice vertical line going down. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm I am going to show you this here. So, can you see here? This is what we're doing. Actually, this is going to really, really help. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're creating. Can you see that next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw this vertical line. So all we're doing is we're going to have a rectangle. We're going to have a rectangle here, then 2 rectangles here, and another one here. This is for the box. And then we're going to do this one for the lid. I'm an old, oh bless. Well, you're in good company. I don't know what Denver means, to be honest. It's just a name. It's just a name. So this is what we're creating, okay? This is going to really help. All right, so you know what we're doing. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is from anywhere from the left-hand side, you're going to mark 2.5 centimeters. And the reason you're going to do that from anywhere, doesn't matter, is because we need to have another mark so we can draw a vertical line which is 2.5 centimeters away from the edge. So what I'm going to do now is just draw this line going up. So can you see I've just drawn this line which is 2.5 centimeters from the side. That's it. Oh, actually I'm going to press super hard, aren't I? I need to press super hard so you guys can see. Alright. Could you show your paper again? So this is what we're going to do. Alright, so what we're doing now is that line there, which is actually supposed to be 12 centimeters long. So we're going to get that and we're going to mark off 12 centimeters now. Right. So, yeah, try and get like a picture of that in your mind. That is what we're creating, okay? So, here, what we've got is we've just marked out the measurements there. We've got our long vertical line, and now what we're going to do is just mark that off at 12 centimeters. Right, because that is the height. All right, so we've got the height there at 12 centimeters. All right, so we've got that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so, and tell me if you want me to like slow down. Tell me if you want me to repeat a step. That is all fine, okay? Absolutely no worries. Absolutely no worries. We're all good. Gift box heaven, here we are. Measuring heaven, here we are. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to mark off. Let's do all the vertical lines because that's going to make it super easy, all right? So the next thing we want to do is somewhere around the middle, we want to mark off our 8 centimeters, right? We need to get another mark that has 8 centimeters. All right? Because basically the reason we have to do it twice, just in case you're thinking, why are we doing another mark? Is because we're not using a set square. So we want it to try and be as straight as possible. So whenever you're like making a straight line, you want to make a couple of marks. So you join up those marks and then you get a straight line. And obviously if it's a really long line, you need to make multiple marks and then you get it straight. So somewhere along the line that you just drew, I want you to start at 0 and then I want you to mark 8 centimeters, right? So you've gone from here to here, 8 centimeters. And then, like I said, we're doing all the verticals. So you're going to put your ruler vertically and you're going to join those 2 marks together. So you've got a nice straight line. Because this whole project is all about straight lines. The straighter you get it, the better. And as we're doing it with minimal materials, we're not using a set square. We're going to do it like a nice straight line. Okay? So we got our 2 vertical lines, looking gorgeous, looking fabulous. And then all we need to do is we need to just get one more vertical line for the end, right? For here. So we've created, so far we've created that line going down. We've created that line going down. And what we need is this line going down, okay? All right. So let's do that. So from this one, from this vertical line, your second vertical line, you want to make 2.5 centimeters, right? 2.5, because that's the size of this. Size of all your edges is 2.5. So you're going to mark 2.5 from there, and because you've already got a mark down the bottom, which we did right at the beginning, you're just going to join those up. And we're not going to worry about the length of the line right now. Okay? So we got 1, 2, 3. So we've got this space here is 2.5 centimeters. This space here is 8 centimeters. And this space here is 2.5 centimeters. You got it? You with me? Easy, right? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Damon is a surname, yeah. And then when you've done your 3 vertical lines, you can be happy and do a little dance break. So all we need now really to do is just we're just going to square that off. So we got all that square in a section. Thanks for clarifying the term. And sorry I disappeared. My computer, blah, blah, blah. My computer, ran out of power. Oh no. Well, I hope you've got it all connected. I mean, you know what it's like, hey? Technicalities happening right here, right now. So what I'm going to do is on both of these lines, I'm just going to mark 12 centimeters because we know that's the overall height that we're going to. So on top of both vertical lines, you're going to mark 12 centimeters. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to square it off or rectangle it off, right? By joining all those. Just so it's easy. I think it's easy now that we've got that rectangle there. We can be like, yes, we're just working within that, right? So this is going to be our box. And then we're going to make the lid over here. The measuring is the only tricky thing of this whole project. The rest is like just cutting it out and sticking everything on. But once you mastered how to do this, then you can like make any box, any size you like. And obviously this live stream is going to be available after today, so you can come back and check it out after that, right? So, are we ready? Are we ready? So what I want to do now is I want to mark these other points off. Can you see here? So we've got our 2.5 coming up vertically and our 7 centimeters. So what I want to do is create 2 lines. I want to put a line going across here and I want to put a line going across here. Okay, so a line going across here and a line going across here. I could just try and pretend that I know how to make a beautiful perfect straight line, but what I'd prefer to do is make sure that those 2 straight lines are going to be straight. So again, we're going to measure 2.5 from the bottom of either one of these vertical lines, doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to mark 2.5 off there. And I'll tell you what, actually, the easiest thing is to mark 2.5 from the top as well. So we got 2.5 and 2.5, because we know that that is going to be 7 in there. All right, so we got 2.5 from the top, 2.5 from the bottom. Sorry about the confusion. I thought your surname was part of the message. Oh, you're so lovely, Anna. No worries. Welcome to YouTube chat. You got to get your head around these things, right? I'm the same. When I first started doing it, I was like, what's that mean? How's that work? Don't worry. Okay, so then we're going to make these 2 lines. We're going to join up those 2 dots so we know that we've got a lovely straight line and we've got a lovely straight line down here. Right? So we've got, this is 2.5, This is 8 centimeters. This is 2.5. This is 7 centimeters. This is 2.5. This is 8 centimeters. This is 2.5. All right, so we should end up with something like that. Maybe you've got a little bit sticking out there. Maybe you've got a little bit sticking out there. Doesn't matter. You could rub it out if you really want to, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to cut that off anyway. Right? Doing good. Doing really, really good. We're doing really well. Are we ready to go on to the next bit? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? We're nearly done this whole section for the box. So there's one more thing we need to do for the box, and that is create the little tabs. Going cross-eyed. Oh no. Can you see it okay? Let me know you can see it okay. I know numbers, right? Numbers and rulers. I actually don't do many projects using rulers. But it's nice to do one now and again, you know. So we should have this. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to create the little tabs. Can you see those little tabs here? You're back and forth on that front. Yep, I can see fine. Good. So we're just going to make these little tabs now. And that's what we're going to use to like fold in and glue the box together, right? Easy, easy. So all you're going to do from that is, they're not very big actually. They're only, they're 1 centimetre. So all I want you to do is mark from these two lines. So from this line and from this line, I want you to mark 1 centimetre in the boxes. So I want you to mark a little centimetre from here. It's basically half the size of the box. Oh no, it's not half the size, it's 2.5. Cross that. So I can at the moment. And then we're going to mark 1 centimetre from here and 1 centimetre from here. So all you're doing is you're going to create 4 little tabs here, here, here and here. I am going to mark them off just on inside those squares only. Just inside those squares only. I'm not carrying on the line all the way. So you've got like little tiny mini rectangles. So that is, that is 1 centimetre up from here. So you're kind of almost making a H. So there's 1 centimetre up from there, 1 centimetre up from there, 1 centimetre down from there, and 1 centimetre down from there. And then all you're going to do, last step, and I can say this again, so don't worry. Last step is you're just going to, you can do this with a ruler, but there really isn't any point because these are going to be the little tabs. I want you just to make a couple of like diagonals going inwards like this. And these are going to be inside the box, so you're not going to see them, so they don't have to be perfectly straight. But they're just going to be like this. And I think there's just 0 point in measuring. Right? So what you've got is this. All right? And then the only bit that you don't need is you just don't need this bit that we made earlier, and that was just so it was easier to draw out. You just don't need that and that line there. So the outside of your box, I'm just going to show you with a black pen. You don't need to do this, but I'm just going to do it so that it's a bit darker for you. So this is like not necessary for you to do. I just want to make sure that you can see the edge of the box really nicely. This is the edge of the box. This is the edge of the box. This is the edge of the box. And then we've used the very edge of here so it's nice and straight, and the very edge of there so it's nice and straight, right? So how's it going? Did you guys get all that? Because that's the box done. Now we just got to do the lid. So let me know that you're all okay. Let me know that you followed it okay. Let me know if you want me to show you the other picture again with the measurements, if you missed any measurements or anything. But that is basically the base of your beautiful gift box. This is this bit. So all we'll do is like fold it in. Yep, all good. Nice one, Celeste. Looking good, looking good. So we got that. So that's the base of our box. They're the sides, and the little flaps is what we're going to bring in and stick together. Perfect! Well done. Simple little measuring project, but it's a real top tip to make sure you get those 2 marks to then join up a line. It's like super, super important. If you don't make a couple of marks to get a straight line, your line isn't going to be straight and your box isn't going to line up. There you go. Hector says hi. He's decorating people cutouts. Hi, Hector. How you doing? Yes. Love it. I love the creativity in your house. In his PJs. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. So are we ready? Should we go on to the lid? Because we're going to need to use this to help us with the measuring, and then we're going to cut both of them out and then stick them all together. Right? So we're not going to go ahead and cut this out. I know it's super tempting. I want to cut it out right now. I'm like, okay, I've done all the measuring. I need to be rewarded and I need to cut it out. But you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait, all right? We're going to have to draw out the lid. We'll do all the hard stuff first. Well, it's not hard, but you know what I mean. All the stuff we need to work out first. And then we'll go and we'll do the cutouts and sticking it all together. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so let's get to it. Let's make our lid, okay? Now, the lid is slightly different. Actually, I might show you here. It might be easier to see, maybe. So the lid, if you see on the box here, the lid is actually just only a tiny bit shorter than the actual height of the box. So it's quite a nice deep lid, right? I think that works really well. And as in a daytime clothes. Well, me too. All right, so it's quite a nice deep lid there. It's really pretty, right? So I just thought I'd let you know about that. I thought I had some really great point to make, but I don't think I do. I think I've told you what I needed to tell you. All right. Okay, let's carry on. So what we're going to do, cool, awesome. Well done, Celeste. Well done. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to carry on this line, because the lid is this pretty much the same, almost the same dimensions as the base. I'm going to put it around that way, actually. That makes much more sense. We're going to use these lines and carry on. So what I want you to do is just carry on this line. So hold your ruler on this line, on this horizontal line, and I just want you to bring this all the way across to the end of the page. Just all the way across. And again, you're pressing lightly because you're going to need to erase this in a bit. But I'm pressing hard so you can see. So I'm going all the way across to the edge of the page. All the way across. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other horizontal line. Okay? So you're taking this all the way across. All the way across, right? I'm pressing hard. You just press lightly. And hopefully you can see that. All right. So we've just extended those. Even though we're going to cut them out as 2 parts, we're going to use that as our guidelines, which is quite handy. All right. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we need a whole distance of about 12 centimeters. So I think, yeah, we can go, let's say 2. So I'm going to mark 2 centimeters from the edge of our box, right? Because this is the box and our lid is going to be over here. Right, I'm going to mark 2 centimeters from the box, the edge of the box, and I'm going to mark another one because remember we've got to make it straight. And I'm going to go all the way down. Very clever architecture. Ooh! We're going to go all the way down and make a straight line using those 2 marks, okay? So you could literally go pretty much the whole length of your card, right? So all we've done is made sure we've got a straight edge. Okay, so you can in fact erase those 2 little tiny horizontal lines that join it, because this is now our lid. We need to separate them. Just like before when we used the edge of this, we now needed to create our own straight edge. Jane, hello lovely, I'm gutted I can't do tonight. I'm a domestics. I'm 100% going to do it on the catch up when I can. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Jane. Do that. I'd love to see it. If you do make it, let me know. Send me a picture. Love to see. That would be amazing. We're pretty much storming through tonight so well because we've already made the box. We've just got to we've drawn the box. We just got to draw the lid. We're going to cut it out and then we're going to decorate it. I've got some little examples here. Look at this one, how cute, with the little felt in there and the little gems. Gonna look so nice. So cute, so cute. I was just saying that it's not very often that I do projects that require a lot of measuring, but that's what we're doing today. So yeah, all right. Okay, so let's carry on with our lid. So this vertical line is basically this. So can you see here? So I've got my box and I've got my lid, and we have created this vertical line, okay? So now we need to create this one just the same as before. We need to do the vertical lines first, and then we're going to do the horizontal lines, all right? That's all we're going to do. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, because the lid is not quite as deep as, I don't know if you can see it like that, but it's not quite as deep as the box, we're going to mark out 2 centimeters. So instead of 2.5 with this, we're going to mark out 2 centimeters. That's one of my career ambitions, you know, being an architect. How fabulous. How amazing. I love architecture. All right, so we're going to mark 2 centimeters from our long vertical line. We're going to mark 2 centimeters. Actually, let's mark it on that actual horizontal line. So we're going to mark 2 here. And we're going to mark 2 on the other horizontal line below it. So we've got 2 and 2. Right? So we've got 2, 2 from here. So this distance here is 2 centimeters, and this distance here is 2 centimeters. Now the total height is 11 centimeters. So what I want you to do is along the edge, along your vertical line, I want you to mark 11 here from the bottom. So 11 centimeters going up. And then I want you to join your two marks together, your two marks here, with a total of 11 centimeters. Now, yeah, that's right. 11 centimeters from the bottom. All right. So you've got here and here. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to, from this, now this is where we're going to have to really, really focus. From this line here, this horizontal line, I need you to mark 2 centimeters going down, right? Because in actual fact, we need to make sure that this is the correct height. So I want you to mark 2 centimeters from the bottom and 2 centimeters from the bottom here. Then I want you to mark 11 centimeters from that. All right, so it's actually 11.5 centimeters from the bottom. All right, I hope you got that. That might be a little bit confusing because I feel like I've said it in a confusing way. So I'm going to say it again. All right, I'm going to say it again. So, and I'm going to show you. What we need is from these two lines, we need 2 centimeters, right? So we need 2 centimeters here and 2 centimeters here. And the total of this line is 11 centimeters, right? 7 and 2 and 2. So 2, 7, 2. All right? We're going to go do that over here as well right now so that we get all that bit out of the way. So what I want you to do is, and it can be anywhere for now, I want you to mark 2 from that horizontal line going down. Got ya. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I thought I might have said that in a bit of a confusing way. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to mark from 2 from the bottom here. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to mark 2 centimeters from the horizontal line. And then what I want you to do is I want you to join them up. Right? So this should all work out from 2 going across. I'm going to go right to the end, even though we're not going to actually use all that whole distance, but I'm just going to go right to the end because it makes it easy. I'm just going to double check here because I don't think I actually got it completely right. 2 from there, 2 from there, and then I'm going to join this all up. So you should have, I'm going to press super hard. It's actually quite frustrating for me because I'm pressing so hard, so when I erase something you can really, really see the pencil mark. So I hope that you're pressing nice and lightly so you don't get the same issue as me. So press super, super lightly. So what you should have is that. So you've got, this distance is 2 centimeters. This distance is 2 centimeters. And this distance is 2 centimeters. And this distance is just exactly the same as this, which is 7. Right, that's why we use that line. So we didn't even have to worry about it. We didn't even have to measure that out. That's like happy days. Do you know how close to the end we are of all this measuring? We're like so close. We are so nearly ready for all the fun stuff. I mean, but I actually love a bit of measuring, you know. All right, amazing. So, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Shall I carry on? Shall I carry on? So all we got to do now is we just got to measure 8 centimeters from here. That is all we got to do. We've got to get here, and then we've got to get the last line. So we've got to... Wait, we have to live with the ruler stuff. I know what you mean, Jean. I know what you mean. But I tell you what, when you've done this, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be like, which is like in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes time, we're going to have done with all the ruler stuff. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yes, it's going to be hard micro detail. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. All right? So, take a deep breath. Tell yourself you can do this. And then you're going to go from... So this is your side, right? This is the side. You're going to measure 8 centimeters. It's got to be the same as this going across. So we're going to go 8 centimeters here. So from here to here, 8 centimeters. And we're going to do the same again at the bottom. 8 centimeters. And then we're going to do our beautiful vertical line going down. Alright? And then all we need to do is just get 2 centimeters from here, vertical line down, and we are so close to finishing this whole measuring section. Alright? So we're going to go from that line we just made, we're going to go 2 centimeters again, making a little mark, 2 centimeters again, from somewhere down at the bottom, doesn't really matter where, because we're just going to try and get a straight line again, and we're going to join those up, and we're going to go, oh yeah, happy days. So we've got the whole section, and obviously we don't need these bits, so you don't need to rub this out. I'm just going to rub it out so you guys can see nice and super clearly. Right, so we've got a bit of a box happening. We've got a lot of a box happening. We've got this rectangle. Now, there's there's 2 things left that we need to do before we're going to cut it out. There's 2 things left to do. One of which is that we need to make this inner rectangle 1 millimeter wider, right? Because the reason for that is, if you look at this box, if you had a lid that was exactly the same on the bottom, the exact same size, it wouldn't be able to come on and off again. And I have actually tried it with 2 millimeters, and I can show you here, if you do it 2 millimeters wider, you get it. That is just 2 millimeters actually. I'm going to show you on the other thing so you can see. So can you see there that if it's 2 millimeters, it just doesn't fit? So this was when I was working it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, 2 millimeters is massive, right? So you need it to be 1 millimeter wider than the base of your box, right? 1 millimeter wider. So what we need to do is we need to adjust our drawing so it's 1 millimeter wider. And I thought it was easier to adjust it now rather than trying to work it all out and do 1.9 and all that. I thought, let's just make it 1 millimeter wider, all right? So this is what we're going to do. We are going to come to our lid, and you see this square, which is currently 8 by 7. We are going to add 1 millimeter to the whole thing. So we're going to actually go round, you're going to go round the whole of that rectangle, and you are going to measure one tiny weeny little millimeter around just that rectangle. Oh, don't want to do that. I didn't press next to my ruler. You're going to press it right next to the ruler, and you're going to just make it 1 millimeter wider. Yes, measuring and mathematics are a set of laws of physics all of their own. And I think you did. Oh, I think you did psychics actually. But I know what you meant. That's the main thing. So we're going to go round. Let's go round and make that box 1 millimeter wider. So obviously you can choose anywhere in your ruler. It doesn't matter like what number it's at. You just need to make sure that you are measuring 1 millimeter wider, and that is it. Okay? And now, because I've pressed so hard, I'm going to have a little bit of a mark on mine. And but you guys have pressed nice and lightly, so you can rub out that inner box really easy. I was wondering about that. Clever doing it after. Thank you, Mira. I thought so. I thought it was easier. Right? I thought it was much easier. Carry all the lines over. Quite fascinating, really. Sorry, I spelled the last bit wrong. Don't apologise. It's fine. I know what you meant. You know? Don't worry. Okay. I'm going to get a millimetre. So we're doing a millimetre on the outside of our rectangle to make it bigger. Right? And we're doing 2 marks as usual. We're not doing, now this is where the precision comes in, because as I showed you, 2 millimeters is too big. 2 millimeters is not going to work. So you've got to do it 1 millimeter. 1 tiny, weeny little millimeter. One tiny, weeny little millimeter. All right. And then, so I'm going to show you close up. Here, you guys are doing so good, and we're so on time. We're doing brilliantly. We're doing great. We're going to get ready for all the super fun cutting and sticking. All right, so all we need to do now is we need to erase that inner rectangle, because we don't need that anymore. Now, like I said, mine is not going to look as nice as yours. But it doesn't really matter, because we are decorating them, aren't we? So it doesn't really matter. So let's erase that inner rectangle. I mean, if you really want to, this is sort of optional really, but if you want to carry that line on, like if you want to carry it all the way across on the box, you can do that if you think that makes it a bit easier. And then you can rub out those lines, right? Looking good, looking good. All right, so we got a lovely big 1 millimeter, well, hugely massive, hugely massive 1 millimeter extended base. Right? And then all you're going to do, the final bit, your final bit of drawing, there's no measuring required in this final step. There is 0 measuring. We've done all the measuring. We are happy. All we're going to do now is in the middle here, I'm just going to draw like these kind of dots here. You don't have to draw dots. I just want to do it so it's super clear for you. All we're going to do for the very last final step is we are going to draw some diagonal lines coming out from the dot into each corner. So out from the dot into each corner, out from each dot into the corner, right? So it's basically like that. Four little diagonal lines. All right, and that's going to help us when we fold the lid over. Okay, so let's do that. So from the inside of the corner of that little square, we're going to come out. We're going to place our ruler so the edge of the ruler is on the other side of the corner. And we're just going to make 4 little diagonal lines coming out, and then you can be really happy that you've got to the end of the measuring. Yay! Measuring complete. Oh my gosh, I hope you're feeling good and proud of yourself. You have completed the difficult bit. Difficult-ish. Right? You can get rid of the ruler. See you later, ruler. Bye. So good. So this is what you've got. You've got your box and you've got your lid. We're all good. Ah, la 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 la. Happy days, happy days. Let's see if you can see it when I do it this way. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Can I cut? Oh yes, you can. Let's do it. Let's cut it out. There's no time like the present. I'm just going to go straight up that middle section there to make it easy. So those two are separated. Right? And then we're going to cut. And you've just got to be like as neat as you possibly can. Like obviously you could use a blade and a cutting mat if you wanted to for this. But I'm purposefully not doing that because obviously I'm doing this live and I just prefer to use scissors, right? But if you want like the perfect results, you could do that. So we're just going to try and do it as nice and straight as we possibly can. So let's cut it out. Let's cut it out. And the only bits that you don't have to worry about it being super straight are the tabs. So you know those 4 little tabs there? It just doesn't really matter, right? So if they're not completely straight, it doesn't matter. But the rest kind of matters. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. And if you make a little mistake or anything while you're cutting, you can always just like put a little bit of tape on the reverse. You might just want to fold it first when we get to the folding section, and then just put a bit of sellotape or something on the back, on the inside, and you'll be fine. Right? Doing so good. Oh, just happy days. Right, there's our box. I'm going to go onto the lid. Rushing ahead and get the scamps to bed. Homeschooling has tired us out, I'm sure. Folded with ruler and about to glue. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Go for it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing. I can't wait to see how you're going to decorate it. All right, how you getting on, Jean? How you getting on, Anna? Let me know. Celeste, how you getting on? All right, so I'm nearly there. Now, the other bit that you've got to cut on your lid is you've got to cut these bits here and here and here. I think it's a little bit easier to fold it first and then cut it, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so basically now what you've got to do is fold along all the lines, and the way I recommend that you do that is that you actually reverse it. So you put where you've done your pencil marks, you put that face down, and then you kind of peel it back to reveal the pencil. I find that the easiest way to find the line. If you don't want to do it that way, you don't have to. You just got to fold along the lines, right? And you can get your ruler back and you can just use your ruler to kind of make a nice straight fold. All right, so let's just fold along all of those lines. Oh, I'm just going to move my scissors out of the way. So I'm working on the box first. Ava has her washi tape ready. Perfect. Yes. Do it, do it, do it. What colour is it? What patterns is it? Tell me, tell me. Alright. I can't wait to see it, Ava. I'm super excited. So we're going to fold along. And then we're going to fold along the little flaps. Those 4 little flaps. And I'm going to keep pressing with the ruler because you need a nice, like, crisp fold. Spotty, stripy, really thin ones. Oh, that sounds really nice. Oh my God, I've chopped one side of the box off. Unbelievable. Jean, don't worry about it. Just go grab some sellotape. Grab some sellotape, have it handy. I just want you to fold everything else that you've got. So fold all the sides that you've got and we'll glue those together and then we'll sellotape the last little bit on. I'm saying we, but that I mean you. But grab some sellotape. Don't worry about it. You won't see it anyway because you're going to decorate it all right, so it won't matter. Don't worry about it. And then what you should be able to do is bring up all those sides like that and glue in here. So I'm gonna glue this one. I think I was gonna kind of glue it all together, but I think I might just glue this one so we can have that sense of satisfaction, right? So when you're gluing the tabs, what you want to do is I kind of just like put my thumb underneath like that and then just get a little bit of glue on there, right? And I say a little bit of glue, I mean lots of glue. Get loads, and then when you kind of join it together, I want you to make sure that it's really nice and straight, and I want you to hold it just for a few seconds. Just like get it in place, let it like hold. Always whenever you're using sellotape or glue or anything like that, you just will need to give it a bit of pressure. All right, and then that makes a really, really nice adhesion. Ooh, adhesion. I don't think I've used that word in a long time. So I'm going to do the next one, number 2. Boop. Going to hold it. so good. Such a good feeling. We're nearly there. We're nearly onto the decorating style. Anna, good. Keeping a distance though from my work because I'm eating dinner at the moment. I don't want it to get messy. Look at you multitasking. Art and eating dinner. I love it. Yeah, you don't want to get it dirty, although at the same time, you're going to decorate it, right? So it doesn't really matter too much. If you were going to leave it white or if you did it in a coloured card or something, you would need to be a little bit more careful. But that's why I think it's better to just choose a plain piece and then decorate it afterwards, because any mistakes can be covered. And you always want to give yourself that kind of option, right? All right, so I'm going to hold that, press that down, wait a couple of seconds, and then I'm on the final one. The final one's the trickiest one. Got to get in there with that glue stick. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm loving it already. Look how cute and adorable that is. Or let me hold it for a couple of seconds. How's it going, Jean? Did you manage to rescue it? Let me know. Alright, so there's our beautiful box. It's so adorable. So adorable. Oh my gosh. Super, super, super cute. Alright, so I'm going to go on to folding the lid. If you're still on the box, don't worry about it. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to put my pencil lines down and then I'm going to bring it back and then fold along the line. Alright. And again, we made an origami box last week. Love the size of this. So cute. It is, isn't it? It's so adorable. I wanted to make a super small one, obviously, because, you know, we've got to work with what materials we've got right now. So I was like, let's make a tiny one. But the principles are the same, right? You can make a huge one. If you've got a huge sheet of card or two pieces, so you don't have to make it out of a whole one. And then I'm going to fold the other side. So lovely. Oh, did I do that one already? I think I did. Alright, so when you've folded all those, then is a good idea to cut along your diagonal lines. Okay? So we're snipping here. So can you see we've got those two sections and we're going to need those to glue our sides of our lid together. So exciting. I'm feeling accomplished right now. I hope you guys are. Alright. So gonna bend it down and you can see here, right, that this is the top. So you can see my lines, but obviously you guys did it nice and lightly so you won't see your pencil marks. And now we're going to use these 2 points to like fold over and under. So on each corner of your box, one of them, I need to go up a bit, hold on. I need to get up a little bit in there. In each corner of your box, do I need to go, yeah, or I didn't cut right to the dot. Hold on. Got to cut right up there. So on each of your, now that's quite interesting. So when you cut your diagonal, you need to go an extra millimeter in. Cute boxes I'm watching now. Awesome. Did you get it done? Did you repair it? Or were you just like, no? So you need to just go up 1 more millimeter so you can get this folded. So can you see I'm going to fold that down? So on each corner you're going to have one of these points go on the top and the other point going at the bottom. All right, so I'm going to just make sure that they all go round. Yes, they do. Happy days. I'm going to bend it back a little bit just so I can see which one I'm going to do on the top and which one I'm going to do at the bottom. And then I'm going to glue all the ones watching. Glad I'm not on Zoom, right? Exactly. The pressure's off. The pressure is off, Jean. You relax. We're going to get to the fun bit right now. Okay, so we're going to glue the underside first, and you want to make sure, you want to press and hold and make sure that it's lining up, and then we're going to glue that one on top. But I tell you what, I'm going to do all the underside ones first. So I'm gluing on my triangle. I'm making sure that those are aligned. And this makes the corners like super, super strong. Me too. Oh, you did so well. You did so well. All right, I'm going to glue on the underside on this one. You did so well. And see if you get that, you can trim that off. And then I'm going to glue on the underside. Going to press it down, and then can you see I've just got these ones to glue on the tops. I've got like these little corners. They're going to make that box just so nice and strong, because the lid obviously, right, it's going to keep coming on and off again and on and off again. So you need to like make sure it's double strong. Oh, is that going that way or is that going that way? Oh, that's going that way. So I'm going to glue there. Did I glue that one already? No. Bit of glue under this one. I'm getting quite gluey fingers now. Gonna glue this one. And the final one. Guys, we did it. We did it. Only took an hour. Only took an hour to do that. That's amazing. We're like on perfect timing. Perfect timing, perfect schedule. So there we go. I've got a bit gluey fingers here, but like I said, it doesn't matter because we're going to decorate it. Yes. Oh yeah, we've done it. We've done it. We've made our box. It looks beautiful. Ava said this reminds her of the digger making process. I tell you what, Ava, it's interesting you should say that, because I used the original plan for the JCB for this. It's actually the same size, right? It's actually the same size. So you've got it. You've got your beautiful little box. It should fit like super snug and super gorgeously. And it's happy days. So now we can go and decorate, right? Let's decorate. Let's choose some things to decorate. I know some of you are decorating already. I am going to, what am I going to do? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I've got Mod Magazine stuff. So, obviously with this, lid fits, yay! That's the most important thing, right? The lid fits, hooray! So, I've got my magazine. I'm just going to get these out of the way. So I've got my magazine, and I have actually chosen, oh look at that, I've actually chosen a bunch of stuff. Oh look, tea bags. I don't have tea bags on my box. But actually equally, you could put some tea bags in there. Anyway, I've got a bunch of stuff, and I'm just going to kind of tear it and glue it and stick it, because what you could do with this is make it super, super perfect. But I think the really nice kind of rewarding thing about this project is once you've spent all that time doing all the like specific sort of measuring and everything, you can just have a bit of fun and like just stick some stuff down. Oh, look at all that. Oh, look at that petunia. Oh, it's so nice. I do love finding things in magazines, but I'm going to use what I've got here. So let's do some things. Now, the felt, if you're going to put fabric in, I would do that at the very, very last inside, if you want to. I think what I'm going to do is, I am going to do, should I do the top of the lid? Should I do the lid or should I do the bottom? Now, the one thing you've got to bear in mind, I think the only main point, let's go to the other camera for fun. I think the only main point when you're decorating is just to make sure that your whatever you're going to put on here on the sides of your box isn't too thick, because if it's too thick then your lid isn't going to fit on properly. So if you're looking about what you've got in your house and you have got some fabric things, or you have got some thicker card or something, just make sure that you put the thinnest stuff on here, right? On this edge, on the outside edge. Obviously on the lid it doesn't matter, but on here it really does matter. So you want to just choose something that's nice and light and bright and beautiful, okay? So what should we do? I'm going to have a look. We've got 40 whole minutes, which I think is more than enough to like get this, all this kind of section done. I've got another kind of map type thing that I found in a magazine, which I really like. I know that I did that in the collage project, didn't I? I used the map, and I've got it on here when I used the map. I'm kind of into it. I've got some trees here. I've got this lovely colourful thing. So just have a look at what you've got and kind of just choose. I mean, I don't think I'm going to use this. As much as it's really pretty, I'm not in that kind of mood. I want it to be a bit more bold. Like I was thinking maybe the inside, I might have this kind of black with this sort of ferny stuff on. And I also really love this. Oh, and I also really love the cherries. And I also really love the sunflowers. So I've kind of got all this stuff. I mean, obviously I'm not going to use her face, so maybe we get this out of the way. Sorry, my lovely lady, but I'm going to just have to chop you out of the way there, so I'm not distracted. And that hand, we need to get rid of that hand. Actually, I don't know if I want that bit either. I'm going to get rid of that. So chop any text off that you don't want, just so you can see like what you've got. Right, just get rid of stuff. Get rid of the bits you don't want. Sort out what you've got. Newspapers, fabrics. Like, what have you got? That's kind of a cool dancer from Bhutan. But I really like the skirt bit. So I'm going to cut. Sorry, I'm going to cut off your legs there. Sorry about that. So I'm just chopping off anything I don't want. Getting ready to use things I do want. So there's a bit of text I don't want. What is that? Pair of sinks. I don't want those pair of sinks, but I do quite like this. Just to clarify and be honest, it's Evan here. I'm still using my sister's account. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did keep saying Anna, didn't I? Evan, I'm sorry. Thank you for staying, and thank you for making your beautiful box. How's it going? Are you still watching? Did you kind of you having a break? Thank you for letting me know. What is really good, if you use someone else's account, it's really good to, in the chat, put your first name and then say what you want to say, just to remind me. I don't have a YouTube account, you see. That's fine. That's fine, yeah. Just remind me, just like you've done. Just remind me, that's great, because I do like to chat to you. And I do want to be addressing you as the right person. Right. So I've got this, which is nice. Still watching, looks good. Thank you, Jean. So I think what I might do is, because I've spent all that time like measuring and stuff, I think I'm just going to kind of go for it and sort of stick it on, not really measure anything. I might tear some things and just kind of really go for it, because why not, right? So I'm thinking, so I'm going to lay all these bits out now. I'm going to have a look. So when you've got the things you know you want to use, have a look. See like how these two kind of match. They could be good for the inside. I've got this sort of rainbow. Can you see how they're sort of all matching in a way? We've got reds and oranges and greens We've got greens in this fabric, which is matching the greens here. We got pinks, which is matching this. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that Vodafone bit there. You don't want that. And then we got the blacks in here, which is matching the blacks in there. We've got a bit of blue, which isn't really much, only just in there. It all kind of goes together. Do you know what I mean? So when you're looking at things to decorate, just place everything out. So you're like, okay, that looks nice. I like that. And then you're going to just decide, like, what do you want on the top? Like, do I want this on the top? Like, I quite like how it looks like, you know, it's a piece of fabric. I quite like that. It's quite fun, you know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cut it in strips and stick it on so I don't have to measure it. Because what you could do is, there's obviously loads of options. What you could do is you could turn it over, you could measure it out, and you could cut it to size and stick it on. We know it's like 8.1 by 7.1, right? So you could cut that out and so you could stick it on. Even before you actually stick your lid together, you could trace around something and then stick it on and then attach it all together. So you can do it that way. But what I'm going to do, for the sake of just going for it, is cut it into strips. So I'm going to cut my artwork into strips. I'm not going to cut my artwork into strips. I'm going to cut my chosen piece of magazine cutting into strips. And then I'm going to layer it on, because I think that is going to be super fun. And I'm just going to like tuck it under like that. I just think that's going to be really neat. And then you can see, you can just not worry about the inside, and you can stick something over the top of that if you want, right? So I'm really liking that, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to glue as I go. So maybe I'll just move this over a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to like glue as I go, not think about it too much, and just have fun. So like I said, there's two options. You can super measure it out and be super, super careful and get it precise, or you can cut things into strips and just bend it over to shape, right? Still watching, looks good. Yay! And then I'm going to get this lovely sort of happening piece of gorgeous gift box. So obviously there's like a million options here. You could be thinking about, you know, someone, if you're, obviously this is a gift box, right? So you could be making it for yourself. Or you could be thinking about, what does the person who I'm sending this to like, and how am I going to decorate it? Or you could think, what's it going to contain? And then you could decorate it like what it's going to, like images or something of, to give an idea of what's inside. Yes, I'm still watching, trying to draw a flag on. And as Evan has said, you can draw on it. You don't even need to get papers and that. If you want to draw on it, you can draw on it. Thank you for that, because I was going to say, I was going to get all my pens out and just show that as an example, but I thought, you know what, there's going to be someone that's going to say that anyway. And we've had the perfect person. Thank you, Evan. Yes, if you want to draw on it, you can do that as well. So many options. So many options. So I'm just folding it over. Let me get those out of the way a little bit so you can see on the blue background there. And this like helps to like strengthen it as well as you're kind of layering it over. So cute, so cute. All right, so now we want to think about the sides. So for here, I think I'm just going to use the same thing. Or should I use something different? I think I might use the same thing. But I'm going to cut it so this bit is cut off. Now, Here, obviously, we're going to need to kind of like either measure or just turn it over, get your pencil and draw it on. So line it up, get your pencil. Can you see that all right on the camera? Get your pencil, line it up, cut it out. Texting your Ava's decorated box now. She did that quickly. Looks pretty cool. Oh my gosh, Ava, you're a superstar. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. All right, I need to make 2 of these. So I'm going to just overlap this onto here, onto a section of this paper that I like. I think I'm going to use the pink bit. And I'm going to cut so I've got 2 that are exactly the same. This is just like a super quick way instead of like measuring. I'm using it as a template. We've learned so much about templates in the last few weeks, haven't we? I'm using that piece as its own little template. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. I'm going to glue onto these pieces. And see, you could spend as long time or as little time as you like on this. You could like super go to town. Oh, this is looking so nice. I mean, I do love orange and pink. I do love orange and pink. Do 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 do. So there's my lid. I'm really liking it. Now, as I said, the inside is not complete. So well explained as ever. Night from Hector. Night, Hector. Sleep well. So I'm going to leave, I think I'm going to leave the inside for now, because I think it's fairly self-explanatory how to do the inside, right? You know that is 2 centimeters by 8 centimeters, right? 8.1. 1.9 centimeters by, yeah. 1.9 centimeters by 8.1, yes. So you know how to get that, right? Or you can just get a bit of tape. Oh, I wonder if it's the same length as the tape. Oh, no, it's not. It's a bit wider than the length of the tape. That one could be another thing, right? If you want to use tape, do the width of the box the same width as the tape. Clever. All right, I'm going to leave the inside of mine for now. I think I'll do it another time. What do I want to put on the top of my box? I want to get some gems. Where's my gems gone? Where's my gems gone? I'm going to put a couple of gems. I'm going to like choose a few little gems and just like put them in the corner. Gems look quite nice in like a little cluster. So I'm thinking I might just put a few, because I'm going to use the red cherries. I think I'm going to do the outside edge of this with the red cherries. And then, so I want that to kind of like, you know, carry through. Right, I've got some greens, I've got this one. I'm just going to kind of place these in a little cluster. Oh, can't pick that one up. Now, sometimes when you buy these gems, I don't know if you've got gems, so have a look what you've got right now. What have you got that you can decorate your lid with? With gems, sometimes they come with sticky backs, but they're never really that sticky. So I would just advise getting some glue and sticking it on with glue. I think I need some yellow. Oh, there's another one of those. Oh, I want to just do like a little cluster. Something tiny. Is if I've got anything tiny in there. Oh, look, there's this. I feel like I need like a bright yellow or something. Maybe that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So just have a little look around with what you've got. Oh, look, there's a tiny little red one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I like that. That's going to be my little cluster. So I'm going to stick those on. Then I'm going to just put my red cherries around the outside. You know what I mean? There's so much you can do with this. You can decorate every single little bit of surface that you can possibly find on your box and make it like gorgeous. And you can keep adding to it as well. Like when you're doing this kind of thing, like more and more ideas get kind of revealed over time. So like if you do a little bit of work on it and then you sort of leave it and then come back to it, that's really nice. Oh, I do want to get a bit of blue in there though. I do think a little bit of, oh, I'm getting all sticky. How's your flag coming on? Thought I'd invent my own country, fictional flag. Sorry, I missed your comment there. How cool. What colours have you done it? Yeah, invent your own country. I love that. Yeah. Be your own boss. Tell it how you want it to be. I feel like I do need a bit of blue. Come on. Is there a bit of blue in here? I don't know if there is. Oh, what's that tiny little thing there? Oh, silver. Oh, alright. Let's do that. Little silver heart. Ooh. Little silver heart. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave it. So I've just put a few little gems on like in a little cluster there. Right? And I might add some more things, but I'm going to leave it because I quite like it. Tammy, how are you? Welcome. We've been making little boxes. Look, we're making little boxes. So cute. I've just got to do the bottom bit. And yeah. I'm here, Evan. Tell me about your fictional flag. Okay, so now I am going to do the cherries. So I want to put the cherries on the outside. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to turn the piece of paper over. They look great. Thank you. How are you today? Thank you for coming in. I'm going to draw around one side of the box. I'm going to cut it out. And then I'm going to use that as a template. And I know that obviously two sides are going to be longer and two sides are shorter because it's a rectangle. So, I'm going to spin this around. So this is the back. I'm going to use this side, the cherry side. I'm going to use that as a template. So I've got my two. Yes, as I said earlier, it reminds me of spaceships I made when I was younger. Fantastic. Love that. And then I'm going to get, now I want a bit with like the cherry stalk. So I'm going to draw around this. So using it as a template, I'm going to draw around this on the front, which I only recommend if you're trying to get something specific. Like I might have this bit of this artwork over here. Otherwise do it on the reverse, okay? Because you don't want to get like pen mark on the bit that you want to use, right? So yeah, don't forget to send me pictures of your gift box. You can send it to any one of my social medias at Artist Resource, either on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram. The one that you prefer is good for me. And you can see the other people's work on my posts. So on Instagram and Facebook. If you have a look at my posts, you can see the things that people made in my other streams, which is so nice. I think I'll combine a few different flags. Fantastic. It's been a tough day, but I'm glad I caught you. I'm so glad you could join. Come and relax. We're here for another 15 minutes. Come and relax. I'm going to glue these to the sides. I know that we're going to have a couple that are shorter. So maybe these two will be a bit shorter. So I'm taking the easy way out. Instead of doing more measuring, I'm just lining it up, holding it in place, and then cutting it. If this doesn't make you feel good, you can measure it, obviously. If you like things just so, then by all means get that ruler out again and measure it. You know what the measurements are. 2 centimetres by 7 centimetres and 2 centimetres by 8 centimetres. Did I say that one? One of them's by 7 and one of them's by 8. Right. So nice. And if you get it there, you see like I'm just overlapping. If you get it too wide, you can just stick it on the bottom. Right, I get my ruler. Where's my ruler gone? Oh, there it is. And I'm just gonna make that nice straight edge. Woo! So good, so good. I'm gonna glue my other side down. So Tammy, you're gonna get some knitting out now if you've had a tough day. You're gonna get that knitting out and relax. How's it going actually? Are you making something new? Or are you still on something? Alright, and then these ones I'm just going to check that they fit. They could be trimmed down just a touch. Let's just trim it a little bit. Well, most of the basic background is like the British flag, I thought, but all over it's different. Well, that sounds cool. Did you use the same colours as the British flag or did you go for something else? Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. I'm on the last ball of yarn for the shawl. Oh my God, that moment when you think you're going to run out of materials. Oh. Yeah, pick up that knitting. Pick it up. Right, so I'm going to glue my cherries down. Keeping on pressing, remembering if you get bits like that, just get your glue stick out. Did I put glue? Yeah, I did put glue. Oh, it's almost drying because I've got so many lights on. It's actually kind of drying. All right. Oh, I love it. I love the cherries. The cherry vibe is doing it for me. It's that red. It's like, oh yeah. So there's my lovely little box. I'm just going to do, I haven't done that side. I think I'm going to leave that, but obviously you can tell how to decorate that, right? If you want to carry on decorating your inside of your lid. If you're giving it as a gift, you definitely 100% want to decorate all the way inside it, right? I'm going to just do this because obviously as soon as you open it, that's what you're looking at. You're not really looking at that as much. I did want to use the greens, so I'm thinking that I'm not going to use this now. Actually, maybe that would have been really good for in there. Ooh, I might do that myself off the stream. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the inside of this. So I need the same thing again. I need this 2 centimeters. And I'm just going to line it up like this. But you can measure it. 2 centimeters. Actually, this is quite interesting. If you just cut a big strip, you can just go all the way around. That's cool, isn't it? All right, let's trim that down a little bit. I'm going to do that. Let's trim. Trim, trim, trim. Maybe I'll give it a fold because you want to get in there inside really nicely, don't you? So I'm going to fold that and make sure that's really got a nice crease, you know. And then I'm going to go around this one. And I'm going to get a nice crease in there. Ooh, that is fun. That is fun. I love when you come up with like a really cool shortcut. Right, so I'm gluing all the way inside. Gluing all the way inside here. And I'm just going to go all the way round. Let's get this. Oh, the longest side first. I'm going to pop it in. Folding it in that crease. Oh, it looks so nice. I don't know why I wanted to whisper, but it does look so nice. Alright, and then the final bit, I quite like this bit up here. I'm going to estimate it for a second. Estimate 2 centimeters. And then see. Oh, actually it's pretty good. I want this bit up here. Yeah. Alright, so I don't need too much of it. I'm going to chop that bit off. And I'm going to chop that bit off because it's quite dark green around there. More the background, but all over the flag. But oh, sorry, start again. More the background, but over all the flag of flying country will be different. I like red though, so I'll keep that. Yeah, the great thing about red is that it's super, super strong, and it's like will make everything like stand out really well. So red is a really good color if you want it to be quite powerful, right? I think that's why I kind of just naturally lean towards red, because I love bright things, but it just depends what you like, doesn't it? All right, I'm gonna glue this to here. I've got the inside of that all happening. And now all I need to do is I need to do my little felt bit. I do feel like I need to finish that off as well. Maybe I could finish it off with this. So we know it's got to be, the lid is 8.1 by 7.1, isn't it? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will. 8.1 by 7.1. Or maybe we should draw around it. Maybe that'll be better. I'm going to draw around it actually this way. Or maybe this way, because I've got those things on it. Okay. Oh, that was a bit wonky. That was a bit wonky. Eraser, eraser. I've just got to do it now. I just feel like I can't not do the inside. You know? You know when you're like, okay, I was going to leave it, but I've got to do it now. Gotta do it. Quite like the idea of having the tree there. Right? Kind of feels like nice to have a little tree. Anyway, we're kind of done. We're kind of done, right? I should get my little bit of felt at at the ready. Oh, that looks nice. Doesn't the tree look nice in there? Ooh. I'm going to put loads of glue in there. Actually, probably better to glue on here. Get my tree in. I know I've got 2 little white sides. I'm going to do that. The tree would be another nice pop of colour, right? It's so nice. I love that. And yeah, I've got 2 little white sides, but I'm just not going to worry about that now. I just want to show you the felt bit. I've shown you how to kind of put everything on so you know how it all works. I just want to finally get the bit of felt, the last finishing touch, because I do think if you've got any kind of piece of fabric around, it's just really nice finishing touch, having a lovely kind of luxurious inside. And I think I'm going to go for the green, right, Tammy? Do you reckon the green will look really nice? I think because everything is red, I think the red's going to be too much. I really, really like the idea of green. So we can measure 7 by 8 on here. Let me get all my bit. Yes, might add a forest, a bit of a landscape. Oh, you got flags, you got a landscape. I love it. I can't wait to see this. I do hope you send me a picture. Okay, so we're gonna do 8 by 7. I was just looking around for my pen then. I was gonna do it in pen so you could see. But I think you can see in pencil, right? So 7, 7. We got 2 marks. Do you remember how we did that when we were marking out how to do the box? So you got the 2 marks. I'm done there, and then I'm going to do another 8 here. So I've got 2 marks, and I'm going to join those 2 marks off. Got a little bit of fluff on there. Right, so I'm just marking off. I'm just going to double check that that's right. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, there's a little bits of fluff everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to stick it on, and we got our beautiful gift box. I mean, I'm super happy. And obviously, whatever side you've done your pencil on, that is going to be the underside. That's going to be the part that you glue, right? And I would ultimately recommend with fabric, whichever kind of fabric you're using, to use a bit of a stronger glue. I mean, this is felt. So, oh, look how cute that looks. Oh my God, that's so adorable. I tell you what, it does need a tiny bit coming off of it. With other fabrics. Aisha, hi, how you doing? We've been making gift boxes. You've come in the last 5 minutes, which is amazing. So you get to see the finished result. I was just saying that if you're going to use fabric, I would use a stronger glue other than a glue stick. But because this is felt, it's quite tough, and it usually kind of works quite nicely with a glue stick, especially if you've got a good quality one like a Pritt Stick. It should stick down absolutely fine. But if you've used anything else, then stronger glue. Just like with the decoration on the top, if you're using like a piece of costume jewellery or something that's just got a bit of bulk to it, or if it's a kind of an uneven shape, you definitely want to use a stronger glue. Fab! Woo! So, we've got, oh my gosh, how cute. We've got a few little gems. I mean, I got some pom-poms, but I kind of went against the pom-poms. We got other bits of card and stuff I could have stuck on, but I wasn't in the mood. I really like this kind of, it was from a fashion magazine. I like this kind of this orangey, green and pink inspiration. So that's kind of what I went for, and chose some kind of like cluster of gems to match. And then inside, I've got my green bit of felt. I've got kind of like a foresty kind of image inside. And then on the outside, I've got like these cherries, which are super cute. And then on the inside of the box, which I could actually just put another 2 bits of paper there to finish it off and make it super amazing, is my little lid. So I'm super happy. I'm super happy. It looks really, really cute. I don't know what I'm going to put inside it. What are you going to put inside yours, guys? Oh, there's a little bit there I can trim off. Let's trim off that little bit of white card there. Lovely. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is beautiful. My birthday present would look amazing in it. It's the perfect size, right? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that is how you make a gorgeous little gift box. I hope you really, really enjoyed that. I had a really great time as usual. Here's the other ones to show you more examples. We've got this little kind of like snake skin type wrapping paper example. Oh, let me hold it back because I'm in the lights. Oh yeah. So we got that one with a gem in the middle if you like gems. We've got one that's using maps, which is amazing. We've got this gorgeous one which says spring on it. So look, there's so many different things you can do, and you can really, really let your imagination go wild. And yeah, how fun was that? Yes, very nice, making your own world. Exactly, exactly. And you know, give someone a little gift at this time, right? Because we're all going through it. It's a challenging time we're living in right now. So make a little gift box for someone. Make a little present for someone. Put it inside. Go drop it off at their house and give them a nice little surprise. Do you know what I mean? How nice is that? So yeah. So thank you so much for joining. It was lovely to have you. Please make sure you check out my online courses if you're interested in learning how to draw and paint specifically. Oh, and there's also a mosaic one, which is really cool. artistresource.co.uk/online courses. If you're interested, please come back. If you had a great time today, please come back next week. We've got a completely different project lined up for next week. If you want to know what the project is in advance, sign up to my newsletter, which is artistresource.co.uk/newsletter, and I will send you, usually on the weekends before the stream, I will send you a list of all the materials and what we're going to do. So what you'll need, it will be things that you've got around. It won't be specific materials you have to buy at this present time. So yeah, so that'll be super fun. Thank you so much. See you next week. Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad I caught you today. You're a positive influence in my life. Oh my God, Tammy, you're too adorable, and you're a positive influence in my life. Thank you for being here. We've got to be there for each other right now, right? And always, and always. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a great time. I did. I mean, I'm just having the best time. Come and share with me what you made on my social medias at Artist Resource, Facebook, Twitter or Instagram. I'm mostly on Facebook and Instagram. So come over and yeah, and stay in touch. Yes, mine too. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Share with me all the things. All the things. So stay safe and well. It was lovely, lovely, lovely to have you. Come back next week. Have a look at the online courses in between then if you feel like getting extra creative, learning how to draw and paint. And I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining. Well done. See you later, guys. Bye, bye, bye.